moving to file number 211438, a substitute resolution accepting a gift of services from Yolobi Incorporated for upgrading and developing the Direct Connect MKA platform. This is sponsored by Alderwoman Coggs.
Thank you, Chairman Michael Murphy. I'm hoping I have access to the screen. If TV channel can give me access to the screen. Thank you very much. Make this. Well, thank you so much, Chairperson Michael Murphy, committee members. I'm Bernadette Karanja, Common Council City Clerks, Workforce Development Coordinator for the City Office of Workforce Development. Thank you, Chair, for taking our presentation out of order. I do have a medical procedure I have to go to this afternoon. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to briefly share for your consideration efforts accomplished in 2021 and 2020, along with the proposed acceptance of Yolobi's gift of service valued at $2,053,200. The proposed resolution requesting acceptance of this donated gift is sponsored by Alderwoman Coggs, and it is in your files. The $2,053,200 is the balance value of Yolobi's contribution between 2018 and 2021. An initial contribution of $1,530,000 was council recognized and approved by resolution between 2017 and 2018. I'm joined by Jason Thompson, our workforce outreach specialist, who's there with you guys physically, and Donna David Douglas, CEO and co-founder of Yolobi Inc., who will tag team with me in this reporting. Yolobi's Director of Strategic Initiatives, Andre Dolan, and our software engineers, Ali Khan and Diogo Jimenez, are not present with us, but I would like to recognize them for the work they've done. Although present online, Sydney Gear, who's Yolobi's Marketing and Communications Manager. Aziz had to leave. He is a co-founder of Empower Inc. And also from Europe, joining us virtually are Yolobi's tech team members, Kashif Khan and Ali Khan. Time restrictions may have meant that they had to log off and leave, but I will ask at this point David Douglas to briefly discuss how the value of the donation from Yolobi is computed. David?
Sure. Thanks, Bernadette, and thanks, everybody. Chairman Murphy, appreciate it. Distinguished council members, also appreciate your time here today. Very simply, this basically represents what it would have cost the city to build a platform like this had they done it on their own. We're building a very sophisticated technology platform. Hopefully we're going to show you some of that today. And it's not least of which makes it complicated. We're building it for 3 unique stakeholders, which makes this a heck of an undertaking, but certainly something that we're keen on continuing to elaborate with. And so those are employers, all the workforce agencies, and then of course the residents of the great city of Milwaukee, who have a broad range of different technology access points, whether it be web or app or even through text messaging. And that's the reason why we came to that. And that's based on my experience. I have 2 decades of experience in technology consulting, a number of years with IBM, McKinsey, and so I use very similar method to develop the cost efforts here.
Thank you, David. Mm-hmm. So the Common Council City Clerk's Office of Workforce Development is Milwaukee's clearinghouse for workforce efforts and plays a vital role in supporting equitable access to employment by coordinating, collaborating, collecting, and distributing job training, skills enhancement, and hiring information while providing policy support on behalf of our honorable council members that you see there on that slide. The Office of Workforce Development utilizes a dual strategy from a big picture and tactical perspective in combating unemployment and boosting neighborhood economies. When this office was established in 2017, members of the Common Council created a 7-point plan for Milwaukee's workforce development, which included youth employment and violence prevention, equitable sourcing for businesses of color, closing informational gaps in employment, neighborhood revitalization, My Brother's Keeper initiative, linking education achievement to workforce development, and creating links to jobs in the WOW region. About 65% of our time is committed to our tactical perspective, where we meet with community residents face-to-face, via phone calls and digitally to connect them to employers and employment service agencies right in their neighborhoods. A big thank you to Alderwoman Cox, who initiated this concept 3 years ago, and we meet our job seekers right in the neighborhoods. In 2021, the Office of Workforce Development responded to the 7-point vision work plan in various ways, as will be indicated in the upcoming slides, and I will be fast so that we spare some time. So on slides 6 and 7, we're going to demonstrate our collaborative outcomes related to our efforts in youth employment and violence prevention. As you can see, our network of employment services agencies has grown from 45 to 53, which encompasses pretty much most of the established employment service agencies in Milwaukee County. 8 new networks were created in 2021, including, you may see in your talking points, agencies such as Word of Hope and St. Anne Intergenerational Center. We also have employers profiled on the platform, including Stainless Foundry, Harley-Davidson, Tri-City National Bank, Allied Universal, Intercounty Product Group. We hope to build that profile much larger in our year of growth of 2022. We've been invited to 8 community resource fair events in 2021, including MPS UWM Student Fair, the Greater Milwaukee Spring Virtual Job Fair, and many more, including the Comeback Reentry Conference of August 26th and the Maximus Job Fair of December 16th. This slide also indicates outcomes from our 4 2021 virtual job fairs, where we had participation on average from 60 employers in total who contributed flyers in each bag for a no-contact bag for job seekers, and we were able to reach 2,307 job seekers in 2021, which is a slight decrease of 16% from the 2,750 job seekers that we were able to reach in 2020. I will ask Jason, and I think I see him there on the screen, to quickly go over slide 7. And I want to recognize Jason because of the efforts that he has made in the last year and the year before. He played a significant role in managing DCMKE and also in making sure that these numbers are what you see now. He's going to present later on a demo of the platform. So Jason, go ahead on slide 7.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and also esteemed members of the Finance Personnel Committee. So we're able to grow our membership for Direct Connect Milwaukee from 729 to 1,105, and that represents 843 what we call skill seekers, individuals that are looking for opportunities for employment, internships, apprenticeships. We also increased our number of administrators to 149, as well as about 211 promoters. And by promoters, these are individuals, they're not skill seekers, and they don't necessarily run networks on our platform, but they're individuals that have influence in the community, and they're able to tell others about. And then we also have a database where we have collected 4,705 skill seekers, and we follow up with them through various strategies, including email and phone calls, to let them know about opportunities that they can access to our platform. And then we were able to publish 603 opportunities on the platform. Again, these are opportunities for employment, job training, and related.
Thank you, Jason. While we have had relative success with job seekers, we now prefer to call them skill seekers. Our admin and employer engagement was challenged a little bit by COVID. So in 2019, our employer response was at 87.5% of the 300 plus private recruiters that we have contact with. And activity with administrators in 2021, administrators meaning those who are admins on the DCMKE network, increased slightly from 2020, after a gradual increase in 2018 and 2019 and a dip in 2020. 2021 was challenged because in-person site visits were not an option. Our new DCMKE website was still under construction, and we lost a full-time management trainee in Casey O'Halleck, who was phenomenal. She's now at DCD. This position was later reclassified, thank you to the council, for a workforce grant specialist position, which remains vacant, but we hope to fill in 2022. We didn't have an adequate advertising budget, but we now do have something that we can work with. And some active admins changed jobs, and a number of admins were non-responsive as work at home appeared to hamper the optional use of DCMKE. So those are the challenges we had. In navigating and providing expertise in workforce development, I'm grateful to Acting Mayor Cavalier Johnson for assigning me to the 2020 Racial Equity and Inclusion Leadership Team, and to former President Ashanti Hamilton for assigning me to the Disparity Study Planning Group and its related activities. I'm equally grateful to be a member of the Milwaukee Better Buildings Workforce Accelerator, of which Eric Schomburger of ECO is lead. So on the next slides, slide 10, and I just want to move really quickly, but I'll just say that the next 5 slides outline our effort in responding to work plan vision number 3, which is closing informational gaps in employment. We use digital, print media, and face-to-face strategies to respond to this gap, which includes upgrading and increasing DCMK usability, as David has mentioned. We want to emphasize DCMK is not just technology, but people utilizing technology, teaching them how to use it to connect with each other more efficiently in a digital, secure workforce pipeline that's compliant with Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act. With regard to Direct Connect MKE, we are committed to maintaining our networks of trust to mentor, job train, and hire community residents. And overall, our membership has increased by 28% in 2020. And since January, in 2021, I apologize. And since January 2020, when we had to shut down in March for the pandemic, our membership has increased by 60.3% from the 700s to the 1200s. We've subscribed to Hootsuite tools to facilitate messaging across various digital messaging boards, and we now have a 5-year domain certification for directconnectmke.com, which is a new website which has gone live. With this URL, you can actually look it up now. We will demonstrate briefly how this website navigation and user-friendly features, sourced from user feedback, has vastly increased viewership from several thousands to 24,921 views as of December 13th, 2021, when this report was published. This commitment is further demonstrated by Yolobi's donation of $2,053,200 between 2018 and 2021, for a total of $3,583,200 since inception of DCMKE. So for the next few slides, and I'll ask Jason to go ahead and do the demo, and David can cue in if he likes to. Jason, if you could please kindly demonstrate how we post and how we track dashboards, etc. So I'm going to ask a TV channel to give him access to the screen. Thank you, Jason.
All right. Is my screen visible with the platform?
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay. So just want to show you these features here. I'll move very quickly. This is to check out your profile on the platform here. What you can do is on this platform here, of course, you can put information, just summarizing your brief bio. Here you've got handy links that show you your connections that you're connected to. You can also click on a link to take you to the networks that you're a part of. Thank you. Thank you. You can add your career interests. This can be edited. You can add new interests. You can remove interests. Here's a new feature that was added where you can upload a PDF of your CV or resume, and then you can list your work experience as well as your educational background and training. We have a handy notification window here. So when you reach out and make connection requests, or when individuals want to connect with you on our platform, you'll be notified. When individuals apply for opportunities, which we'll show you in just a minute, you get a notification in that regard as well. For administrators that are managing a network, we have this handy drop-down window that allows you to find your network. You have a network profile where you can put information about your network, You can indicate the industries and services that network provides. You can include your address and location as well as an image of your logo. You can also have a view of how a skill seeker would see your network when they visit that platform. The whole concept of Direct Connect Milwaukee is that skill seekers are able to come to networks and see a front-facing profile showing them the services, the industries that that network provides, the opportunities that are posted by that network, and who are the network administrators that they can reach out to for support in their career search. To post an opportunity, opportunities are broken down by jobs as well as by training opportunities and as well as events. So as you see, there are some opportunities that are posted, over 1,000 job opportunities posted, training and events. There's a handy feature in here where you can go back and edit. So here's where you can add a title for the position. What we really love about the platform is how this drop-down window is keyed to the 7 leading economic sectors in Milwaukee. And then you can also add an image. When you go back, you also have an option to either pause or take the job offline if it's something that's date sensitive or time sensitive. And you can also just remove it completely if it no longer becomes relevant. A skill seeker can find job opportunities in the feed. They can scroll through. When they find something that they're interested in, they can click to find more information about the opportunity. There's an option to what we call apply for the opportunity, to express that they're interested. That sends a notification to the network administrator that posted the opportunity, and they can follow up as well. And then finally, we have our dashboard that tracks metrics. You can see the total number of members. You can see the number of individuals that have been active, as well as those that have not been as active per se. Member interests are broken down in terms of what members of your individual network have indicated in their personal profile. And then here's the views for activities and views for opportunities that have been posted.
Thank you so much, Jason. Are you done?
Oh, yes.
Thank you so very much. And if I can have access to the screen again, TV channel, thank you.
One thing that he wasn't able to showcase there, but we did recently launch employer registration. So the city can reach out to corporate champion employers. They can register on the site directly as partners to DCM Key and then post directly their opportunities therein. So.
Absolutely. We apologize for going through this so very quickly, but we are limited for time. And so I'll move on to how the Office of Workforce Development responds to Council Vision Work Plan on linking educational achievement to workforce development. In this particular vision plan, we are pleased to report that the immediate past vice chairperson of this committee and the current acting mayor, Cavalier Johnson, spearheaded the creation of the Millennial Task Force. Acting Mayor Johnson wanted to have millennials who are leaders in their own right and who represent influential blocks of social economic think tanks in Milwaukee to convene several task force meetings to hear community recommendations on maintaining local talent. The Millennial Task Force is a 16-member body with a mission to examine Milwaukee's workforce brain drain challenge, gather data, and produce recommendations to combat the issue, especially concerning millennials and Generation Z. Despite the pandemic, 14 meetings were held in 2020 and under the leadership of Chairperson Michaela Ellison. 15 recommendations emerged, grouped under 4 key areas on racial and criminal justice, health and wellness, education, employment, and economic development. Special thanks to Staff Assistant Chris Lee and LRB's Alex Heidi. Chris staffed all of the meetings, ensured we maintained a quorum, and recorded all minutes. Alex compiled research to support recommendations made by the Milwaukee MTF members. The task force published recommendations and presented their findings to the CED committee on June 3rd, 2021. And those members include Michaela Ellison, Nicole Benke, Jordan Donald, and I'd like to really recognize them, Tanaya Fisher, Jeremy Foyu, Adam Gabonetz, Michael Hostad, Amelia Kegel and Noel Kegel, Casey O'Halleck, Jason Ray, Garrett Howe, Tiffany Henry, and Sam Woods. In creating transit links to jobs in the WOW region, this is the one vision plan that I am least qualified in, but we still give it a priority. This Vital Work Plan vision integrates principally within the other council priorities in addressing infrastructural access to employment for residents in underserved zip codes. Essentially, this vision work plan advocates for the creation of effective transportation strategies for low-income city residents to reach jobs in the suburbs. It is also aimed at working with the private sector to encourage county and state legislators to prioritize development of transit routes connecting city residents to WOW regions. Nevertheless, with efforts from Alderman Baumann, we are on the radar with the Regional Transit Leadership Council. David Steele is the Executive Director of the Regional Transit Leadership Council, now called Mobilize, whose mission is to unite regional leaders around shared strategies and actions to address southeastern Wisconsin's transportation challenges and champion equity. We know from David Steele's presentation to the Millennial Task Force that 50% of jobs in the four-county Milwaukee metro area are outside the reach of a 90-minute bus ride on public transport, and that is a source from 2011 Brookings study. 75% of job sites in Waukesha County are inaccessible by transit. And we were therefore happy to learn that our partner, David Steele, was part of a UWM research group that was awarded a $1 million grant in 2021 to close equity transit gaps in accessing jobs. So we are happy to know that some movement is happening in that direction. Did we meet our goals? So the DCMKE platform is new. Oh, excuse me here, I'm having some technical difficulties. And we've been able to upgrade all of the functions recommended by Phase 1 and 2 members. We've promoted DCMKE with notified subscribers and maintaining a posting presence in the latter. We've maintained DCMKE members that joined us in 2017, 2018. And we've just managed to expand DCMKE's reach and usage by 66.4% in the last 2 years. Our goal was only 30% at the time. Needless to say, we have had challenges. So, for example, rolling out and onboarding a project of this magnitude, as David mentioned, requires more time than we had planned for. And so rather than conducting a full launch of the new website in 2019, we pushed it to launching in 2021. And we will now promote the new website in 2022, which we are regarding as our year of growth. And we are hoping and counting on the support of the council members to obtain funding through the second tranche of ARPA, as well as place a workforce grant specialist in the vacant position that we have in order to make sure that we build this platform out beyond the city of Milwaukee, countywide and even statewide, and hopefully one day nationally. Excuse me. Building user skill seeker traffic to the site requires a combination of targeted marketing techniques, which include inbound and outbound marketing. And in this effort, we retained by single source, thanks to the purchasing department, Empower Inc., who have a very unique combination of talent in implementing both inbound and outbound marketing activities at a price that we can afford. Coming to the end of the presentation, I want to say a very special thanks to the council members, to the acting mayor, as well as the former mayor, and a number of community leaders you see there, and legislative leaders that you see listed over there, and of course, folks in the business divisions. Very special thanks to these folks, because without them, we would not be able to be at the point we are at, and we continue to depend on them. And I want to say, especially Employ Milwaukee in ensuring that we are able to move forward with what we are doing. And thank you so much for listening to me, and I'm ready for your questions. And you could remove the screen access TV channel. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernadette, and thank you for your hard work that you've put into this project. I'd like to just have Alderwoman Coggs, who's the originator of this program and the sponsor of this this file. Alderwoman Coggs.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to say thank you to Bernadette, Jason, the team over there in Workforce, and also to David and Yolobi for so much work that has been put into this effort, not just in the donation of services that we have before us today, but you all know that this has been a labor of love for the last few years that has helped us get to this point. It is just wonderful to see from conception to reality, what this is and what it is becoming. And that would not be possible if it wasn't for, the dedicated staff we have here at the city, but also the expertise, knowledge, and willingness to share it of the Yolobi team. So I would move approval and hope you all support it as well. And again, just thank you to everybody who's pushed it this far. And I just look forward to it growing even more.
Thank you, Alderman Cox, and thank you for the work. I think this is really, under the leadership of Bernadette, it's remarkable how much they've been able to accomplish with practically no budget. So it's something that perhaps you and I can discuss. In terms of when we talk about priorities and budgets, this has never received the attention from the previous mayor, despite the fact that it has proven results of helping real people. I personally have gone to some of these sessions, and I can tell you Bernadette is tenacious and trying to help find people jobs. So,
thank you.
But she does it with practically no money, and we gave another job agency a substantial amount of money, and I always wonder if we could just give a little portion of that to Bernadette, how much she could accomplish. So it's something that you and I can talk about probably in a private setting, but I'm certainly open to even looking at potentially using ARPA dollars even before the budget is up. So, but I'll be looking for your leadership on this issue. So Alderman Coggs moves for approval, and hearing no objections, so ordered.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Super quick question. Definitely want to underscore the amazing dream team of Ms. Karanja and Mr. Thompson. Their work is just phenomenal. I've learned so much through talking with them. The site is beautiful, super clean. Yolobi is amazing here. One just super quick question. Is there a direction in the future to try to do Spanish language so that those resources can be utilized by a wider audience?
That's a very good question. I'll defer to David.
Sure, yeah. So quickly, we built the technology to be, quote, internationalized. And we actually have all that we need to make all of the buttons and everything Spanish immediately, or any other language, actually. So we built the technology in order to account for that.
Very good. Thank you. And congratulations on the work and the accomplishment. Thank you.